Welcome back, folks. My name is Gustavo Dominguez, joined here by Darren Sutton and Hunter Pence. And we got yet another big one for you guys. It's going to be Nathan Goodman, a.k.a. Bombs for Days, against James Dolly, something of the sort, a.k.a. JB, stepping up to the plate, coming up next. All right. So let's run it through because we...
13-year-old and a 14-year-old, and they're doing battle in this one. One is out of Oregon, which I'm excited to have a West Coaster, and one is out of Missouri. I'm excited for these two athletes. A 23 and then a 25 grad. Goodman's a 23 grad, Dolly's a 25 grad. Two young, talented gamers.
Yes, I'm definitely looking forward to this game.
This evening as we get you set for another edition of Baseball on the Show. It should be a good Diamond Dynasty matchup tonight between Brooklyn and Oakland.
From there, but we'll take it. We'll take it. But I love that he loves Fernando Tatis Jr. It's his favorite player. I love Fernando Tatis Jr.
At the plate, Ozzie Smith
and he
will get us started in this one under the lights.
Hitting second for him. So look at these unis, the neon
First
green,
pitch
love
of the
it.
at-bat on its way.
That is
Easy
so
fly ball
fire.
into shallow center
Yeah,
field.
and SPRITECRANNMAN, he's already going to step up to the
Bichette
plate up
settles
first.
under it.
And
There's one away.
Mr. Bombs for Days here, he's already going
batting,
to game one over to
Tatis
center
Jr.
field off
Yes, he'll
Shohei
get his
Ohtani
first opportunity
as the
in
starting
this one.
pitcher here for our man Jeff, a.k.a. JB.
All right, so Nathan
Here's
is
a
up to
slider
bat
to
right
start
now.
things out.
Strike
Looked
man.
at for ball one.
Let's go over this lineup.
Not a bad night to bring the parka along. 54 degrees at game time.
It's all right. Yeah, they got a... Oh, looks like he might have changed it up a little bit midway.
Yep, that ball went.
I'd be shocked if this wasn't a four-pitch walk right here.
Darren,
he doesn't want to mess around and leave something over the heart of the plate and get beat in this situation.
This is hit high in the air out toward left center.
Yeah, I see Ohtani, I see Fernando
And he will
Tatis
make the play out there, and there are two away now.
Be up next. I'm right there with you.
At the plate, Joey Gallo. He'll get to take his first cuts here.
Joey Gallo.
Joey Gallo
Infield in the overshift here now. The pitch lifted in the air out towards left center. Waters will reach out with one hand to make the catch on the move, and that ends the inning.
Pretty pumped that we get to show a new view here in this game.
Yeah, but we don't get to see too much of it, as that's just a very simple 1, 2, 3 inning.
Bottom half of the first.
Yeah.
Oh, we got Cy Young up to the plate. I'm sorry, pitching. Apologies. Apologies. I knew that. No. I knew. I just said it incorrectly. Look, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Down the third baseline.
DJ LeMahieu going down to one knee with the big hack.
Here it comes.
Is this JBHitznukes?
Lazy fly ball out to center field. Number 99 ranging into the outfield, and he tracks it down. Nice play for the first out.
Rodriguez due up next, but he's out of Bend, Oregon. Bend Senior High School. He's a good student, guys. He's like about a 3.9. Really good athlete.
Here's the first pitch to him.
Crushed. That's his travel team. This is a guy that wants to play college ball.
Below the zone, a swing and a miss.
Okay, love that. Yes, college ball is great. I'm a big fan. It's
Fooled with the curveball there, and it's strike two. Rodriguez takes his swings from the right-handed batter's box, but he's one of those rare hitters that actually thrives facing same-handed pitching. One of the very best in the game, as a matter of fact, in that type of matchup.
Yeah, man.
Already a 1-2 pitch.
With that front side, he keeps that shoulder tucked, stays inside the baseball, and it gives him every opportunity to hammer the fastball and stay on that break.
Sliding curve?
Hit the other way out toward right field.
Oh my!
Back in plenty of time to put this away. However,
you could probably tell me a little more about that than me. That's for sure.
No one aboard for him, and two gone here in the first.
I don't know what the SCB is. Darren, have you heard of the SCB?
Hit on the ground is short.
CB
first in plenty of time, and the side is retired.
It's just a pitch that Cy Young had, and that's why he's Cy Young. And that's the end of the first. Quick work for both sides.
Now is Anthony Rendon. He'll get us started in the top of the
Darren and Gus.
No, sir.
It's never looked so sparkling, shiny, and beautiful. It looks amazing.
Second.
Yeah, Anthony. I do love.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way.
It's a fun one. It has. I wish there's one thing when you actually
Now
go to the
1-0.
Coliseum.
A swing and a miss. That's the first strike.
The drums in the outfield. It gives you such a great atmosphere.
Ground ball sent back up the middle. Bichette gathers it in. Throw the first will be in time, and there's one gone here to start the second. So one away here with the bases empty. And up next, one of the terrific talents in the game, Mookie Betts. And look out as that fastball ran in and got him.
He was playing all the time pretty much the second half.
Now at the plate, number 99 will take his first hits here. And that's by him. It's 0-1.
But it was
he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2.
And I love that CC Sabathia played Shohei Ohtani as the best baseball player
there as the fastball misses. It's 1-2
That's
now.
a bold statement.
Love the high heater right there to raise the hitter's sights. Let's see if he buries something in the dirt right here.
I'm going to say that I don't agree, but it's
still looking for our first hit in the ball game.
Mike Trout's on the same team.
Great pitch there as he couldn't get extended on that one, and he's down on strikes for the second out.
Right under his hands.
Digging in, Mitch Garver.
And that was his
first pitch coming. Here it is.
Dolly as Darth Vader
tried to entice him with a high fastball, but he wouldn't commit. It's ball 1.
Mitch Garver here. Mitch Garver is one of the most underrated homer pop catchers. And he grounds one sharply. Oh, the THTH, too hot to handle. And we got a 2-out dangerous situation right here. First pitch,
Murphy with an opportunity. Murphy, legendary Brave, number 3 on that jersey, on the verge of being a Hall of Famer.
Now here's one hit in the air to the right
Pop
side.
Up, right side. Easy chance there. Ohtani worked right out of that little mess. Through 1.5, we got nothing, gents.
Stepping up now.
Who's coming up here in the bottom of the second? This is. I haven't gotten clear on the teams and the players just yet.
I got
Matt Olson with Nathan
hitting for Nate Goodman's team.
Okay, this is Nate Goodman, a.k.a. SPRITECRANNMANN. Okay, that's easy.
Love the name. Love the name SPRITECRANNMANN, by the way. I mean, brings her right on back to that LeBron James Sprite Cranberry commercial. I mean, this man is a man of culture, it seems.
Yeah, I like their tags here. JBHitznukes and SPRITECRANNMANN. And SPRITECRANNMANN, it's easy now. I got the cranberry and the red jerseys, but Sprite could have also been the neon green, so it kind of, I wasn't sure there.
Couldn't hold up on the curveball there as he went around for strike 1.
I can't get over that.
SPRITECRANNMANN, he loves the A's, so this is kind of his ballpark of comfort. He's an A's fan, SPRITECRANNMANN. Ohtani. With the deep, but not quite enough. Do some push-ups.
Standing in, Bo Bichette.
Hunter Pence talking trash from his living room.
Oh, wow.
I mean, digital Ohtani.
I would love to hear more of that. Bo Bichette had an error a little early on.
I witnessed Ohtani hit a routine grounder and beat it out to first base. The guy is like not only crazy tall and massive and powerful, but crazy fast. It's incredible. To have both him and Trout on the same team and now getting to watch him pitch, we got to get baseball going. We got to get it going, Darren. We got to get it going, big guest.
We got a huge third inning. We got no score. Buckle up, gentlemen. Ken Griffey Jr. to lead it off.
And Ken Griffey Jr.'s card in this game is a glitch. This is a home run machine. And JBHitznukes just shows why. Just foul.
Didn't miss by much.
Looked like he was cheating a heater right there, a little bit too far out in front.
So that's kind of interesting. Nathan is a A's fan, and he's from, where's he from again?
Bend, Oregon.
Oregon.
Okay, that's feasible.
Right, it's a little bit different when you have someone from Missouri as a Red Sox fan, but he has his reasoning. His dad being from Massachusetts and all.
Yeah, you would think a lot of those Missouri people would, you know, Royals, Cardinals. Who else is close in the Missouri area?
Geography was not my best subject in high school, Hunter.
You gotta be a Cardinals fan. Right? You gotta be a Cardinals fan if you're anywhere.
I know you have to. Yeah.
Unless your dad raises you differently. And the Red Sox have had some really good years. recent days. So
I mean, myself growing up in New England, you know, I had the off Yankees fan in my school and whatnot. So I mean, it happens. It happens, Hunter.
Yeah, and but here's another one that's interesting. His favorite player is Rice Hoskins.
Rice Hoskins.
These favorite players are just absolutely phenomenal. It's so cool to see who everyone's favorite player is, and I love getting the opportunity to ask him why and get the backstory. But also, his inspiration is Jackie Robinson. So,
yep.
Man, third inning, 2 outs. Ohtani going for 3 innings. This is like going for the 9th inning, by the way. Look at his energy. He has 0 energy. He should not be pitching with Ohtani anymore.
He's confident. Full count, 2 outs. Oh, no. Connection was a little rough, but we're back in it. Okay.
Such a payoff pitch.
I know. Yeah, I hate to see it.
Yeah, I hate to see it happen. Let me check the chat here. Chat's going off right now. We got rated with a party of 103 by Talia Best. That's straight. Thank you so much, Talia. Hello, everyone.
Go, bottom of the third. Bottom of the third for SPRITECRANNMAN.
First delivery to him on the way. Started to go down after it, and he couldn't
What is up? What is up? Yes, bottom of the third. We're facing extra innings or a walk-off.
Yeah, we're speed running through this as we have.
Miller, no fun. Andrew Miller's tough to deal with, Hunter Pence.
Lefty on lefty, he can be tricky. He's tough to pitch with in this game, though.
Is he?
In real life, disgusting. In this game, I actually like facing Andrew Miller.
Striding in, Drew Waters.
Ooh.
Waters gets a chance. Waters, a perfect game All-American just a couple of years ago. This is a young, talented player in Waters.
I love, Darren, how the young prospects, like the back of your head.
I used to have the attitude, just let me know when they get here when I was up there at your level. Now I know them all.
Yeah, and I don't know him at all, like from Adam, so it's like, who is this guy?
Georgia boy, Drew Waters.
Gary Carter. 2 quick outs.
Oh, that one's going to third.
Down the line. That's going to be a tough one. We're going to
extra innings.
Yes.
We're speed running through it too. I mean,
please take Ohtani out.
Yeah, he's
SPRITECRANNMAN one time.
Yeah, he's doing it. He's gotta. I mean, he went all 3. I think he expected this too. His pitching has been sick thus far. I mean, and now he's gonna take out Shohei Ohtani and put in Lee Smith.
Joey Gallo's gonna homer.
Come on, Joey.
Got a Gallo homer coming. Oh,
big
little slider.
Lee Smith is disgusting in this game. He's tough to hit.
Ooh, that one's not gonna hit. And I mean, right on through. And I mean, that's gonna be based on balls, my friend. And I mean, this is a deep lineup. We have Anthony Rendon stepping up. After this, it's Mookie Betts.
Okay, so
this is dangerous.
We have some people in the chat asking who's playing right now. If y'all want to run it back, this is SPRITECRANNMAN. I'll let you go over.
Yeah, sure. It's
this is the perfect game tournament.
Yeah, sure. Perfect game MLB The Show 20 tournament. Couple of young lads playing up in this tournament, and at the moment it's Nathan Bombs for Days Goodman, and on the other side we got James Dolly, aka JB. Oh, look at this. It's going to go right up the middle. Good grab by the shortstop. Back in a double play. Okay.
What a play.
Holy. We're seeing it all, other than a couple of runs, which we might see here in the bottom of the 4th.
We're seeing all the pitching and defense. DJ. Quick line out. First pitch swinging. Oh my goodness. Instant classic. Julio Rodriguez.
Nathan.
What's your...
I was going to say Nathan Goodman again. Now he has an opportunity to close things out. Oh,
there it is.
That can't be it. That's good. Contact good. Going deep left. Barely makes it through. It's out of here.
Game over. Oh, Julio Rodriguez. He wins it.
Have yourself a game, my friend. Atta boy. So Nathan Goodman bombs for days indeed. Bringing in the Sprite Cranberry for the team as he's going to get himself a W here to start off the season, start off the tournament.
Sprite Cran, man. So happy for him. Let's go.
Rodriguez, one of the top prospects in the Mariners organization, just a baby, played well in the fall league last year. A bold choice, putting him in the lineup, and oh, baby, did it pay off.
When you walk up to the plate.
So let's talk.
I love it.
Let's talk about the game. So, I mean,
love it.
the game itself was clean. It was a full defensive battle the entire time. It was just at the end where we saw Bombs for Days live up to his name.
I mean, oh, gosh. Yeah, you got to live up to your name for sure. I mean, it's JBHitznukes or Bombs for Days. We had quite the pitching and defense. You got to love that he went with Ohtani for 3 innings. No energy. Talk about courage. This guy had no fear, that's for sure.
Love the fact, too, by the way, in our first game where we had Logan lead his troops to a victory with Taveras with the key homer, one of the guys you knew from the minor leagues. And now 2 games later, we have another young prospect in Julio Rodriguez, the pride of the Mariners system, that gets the key hit. I love the fact that in a game where there's Hall of Famers, Pence, there's babies getting the big hits for these guys.
Yeah, and that's what MLB The Show 20, that's their big new thing is the future stars and what they're projecting their stats to be and how good their careers are going to go. So it's really cool that they added that to the game, and especially because you're the perfect game master and you've seen all these young bucks and you know what they have coming. So you're getting to see the juiciness of the future of baseball.
Yeah, and real quick, and Gus, just jump in when you've got the interview for us, please.
Sure.
What's most interesting to me is that these players are aware of young prospects. They're aware of like Xavier Edwards in the Padres organization. We'll see him playing in a game a little bit later. They're aware of Drew Waters. They're aware of Julio Rodriguez. They know who Hunter Pence is. They've known that for a long, long time. And you guys that have won world championships, but I think it's pretty darn cool how aware they are of the future. That maybe wasn't happening 10 years ago.
Yeah, it's come a long way, and the youth really just is. There's so much more information out there, and these kids are coming up like with just so much well-rounded thoughts, training. They know what they're doing. The talent's just off the charts, and the future of baseball is in good hands, and it's definitely exciting stuff to look forward to.
Right, so we're waiting up here on this interview, but I think we can already start talking about our next couple of games, folks. Up next, we got Evan Cool versus KyleMckernan, and then after that, it's going to be CJ Buchanan versus Nickplaystheshow. So, ladies and gentlemen, we still have a lot more action coming up, and we finally do have our interview here with SPRITECRANNMANN. Give me a second here. He was just ready, I swear to you. There we go. Now he's here. All right. You're live here, my friend. Welcome.
Hi there.
Hello, Nate.
What's going on,
Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Nate, Bend, Oregon, Bend Senior High School. You're a guy who plays. You're a really good athlete. Somebody who plays soccer, plays it very, very well. You're good in the classroom. Do me a favor. Just introduce yourself as a baseball player. I know you're a middle infielder, but if you're going to tell me a little bit about your skill sets, what you do well, and what you're working on as an athlete, let's start there with the conversation before we talk gaming.
Okay. So, about 2 years ago, I broke a bone in my back, so I was unable to play my 12U season. So my 13U season, I had gained a lot of weight, and it was really hard for me to play. So, over the off season, I was really working on losing weight so I could get back into my prime.
That's awesome.
Yeah, how's the recovery of the back and all of that going for you?
It's pretty good. I lost 15 pounds since November.
Very nice. And your favorite player, it says here, is Rice Hoskins. Your favorite team, the Oakland A's. Talk a little bit about Rice Hoskins and why he's your favorite player.
Well, I think it was the 2018 home run derby, and I saw him. He was rated. He was ranked 8th, which was last, and I was like, wow, this dude's gonna upset. I'm calling an upset on Jesus Aguilar, and he ended up upsetting Jesus Aguilar in the home run derby. So I was like, wow, this dude's awesome.
I love that. I love that. And Jackie Robinson is your inspiration as he battles through racism to become one of the most well-known baseball players ever. Do you have any reason in particular besides just the story, and it kind of speaks for itself, but what Jackie Robinson means to you?
So back when I was younger, my favorite movie was 42. I loved watching that movie. I remember watching it like almost every other day because I loved it so much, and I thought it was really tough how they didn't even let the team get into hotels to let them play their games, they didn't even let them go into hotels to get like sleep for the game, you know. And I thought that was really tough, and I was like, wow, I don't know, he
definitely impacted our world in a major way, and he is a courageous leader, and we are all very thankful for the changes and what he stood for. I got to ask you a little bit about the game right here. Congratulations on the great homer and the great win. Ohtani for 3 innings with no energy. Tell me a bit about that decision, and it came through clutch for you.
Yeah, well, I was thinking about pinch hitting him in the second, but then I was like, no, because I need him to hit, and I need him, and he's pitching pretty well. I think I threw a no-hitter, but yeah, I was pretty confident that I was going to get it done with Ohtani, and I ended up getting it done.
Real quick, I want to ask you about the choice of Julio Rodriguez. Hunter and I and Gus were talking about you as a young athlete are aware of guys like the Mariners, Julio Rodriguez, and he wins it for you. But what do you know about Julio, not only in this game electronically, but out there in real life as a top guy?
Oh, I don't really know much about him, to be honest.
He took care of you this one, though, right?
Yep, for sure.
Yeah, and I got one follow-up before I let Gus jump in, and it is, you talked about Jackie. Your mom's a UCLA alum, like Jackie Robinson was, your mom, Tiffany, and been quite an example for you. I mean, very successful in the candy world, right?
Yeah.
Explain mom's cool job.
Well, like 2 years ago, our family decided to, my mom decided to buy the candy shop, and she is now the owner. My dad helps with like the logistics part of it, but like my mom's basically the one running the show.
Right, little brand recognition. We got to pump it up. Name of the shop, name of the brand. We're not going to have you on a game-winning interview and not pump the brand and tell people what website to go to.
Where do we get this candy?
Goody. It's just. Unfortunately, it's just here in Bend, so I don't think we can.
Okay.
That's all right. Hey, folks, when folks come to Bend, it's what? It's Goody's Candy Shop?
Yep, Goody's Chocolate.
In Bend, Oregon.
Yep.
Hunter, Goody's Chocolates in Bend, Oregon. We got to get there.
I gotta make a trip out there. I love Oregon. It's beautiful country out there. Beautiful countryside.
Outstanding. We're taking all your time, Gus. Sorry about that.
No, I'm all good. I was just gonna ask a question that pretty much I'm asking everyone. I mean, you're playing up the show at the moment. You mentioned that you've had a little bit of time. First of all, I gotta shout you out for the Sprite Cranberry name. You know, in your PlayStation. I mean, we've seen a couple of funny names this far on the broadcast, but that's one that hits close to home for myself. It's a great one.
Yeah.
But just kind of talking about gaming in general. I mean, how else are you spending your time at the moment? Of course, you've been putting in some time into the show, but what other games have you been playing up?
Well, like I've been playing some Minecraft with my friends.
Nice.
And some 2K, and that's about it.
Okay, okay. You're balling in general, my friend. So, I mean that's pretty much all I got for yourself because, I mean, really everything that needed to be said was said. So, I just got to say congratulations on the W, my friend, and we'll most likely see you in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Well played. Well played, Nathan, and good luck the rest of the way. The big cred man.
Awesome. Go get him, pal.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. However, up next we have Evan Cool facing off against KyleMckernan. So, please stay tuned as we'll bring you guys our 4th game of our broadcast thus far. Please follow EGF on Twitter at official EGF. Follow Perfect Game on Twitter at Perfect Game USA. And going down the line, Darren Sutton at Life is Great SUT. Myself at Upmind_. And of course, Hunter Pence at Hunter Pence on Twitter. We'll be right back, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on back to Perfect Game. My name is Upmind, joined here by my friends Darren Sutton and Hunter Pence. And we have yet another good one for you guys. It's going to be Evan Cool versus KyleMckernan. And we've already seen some good MLB thus far, but, you know, just looking at these lineups, seems like this one's going to be, you know, a little bit more even in a sense. Who knows? But, yes, we do have some background on the players, however.
Darren, you here?
Oh, no. Is there...
I gotcha. I'm here, my friend. I am
There
completely here.
he is.
Evan's out of Maryland. Yeah, Evan's out of Maryland. And a very talented athlete, a young man who's been active in amateur baseball quite a bit, as a matter of fact. He's a 23 grad. He's 15. This is an outfielder. He's a right-handed pitcher in real life. But this is a guy who loves his O's. He loves Adam Jones, who's now playing overseas. And KyleMckernan is, he's a Phillies fan. He's a Philly guy, Hunter. You can appreciate his loyalty. He's from Plymouth Meeting in Pennsylvania. Goes to William Penn Charter, which is a famous, one of the most famous schools in the United States, one of the most historic schools in the United States. He's a 25 grad. So he's just starting. I mean, he's just getting his high school journey starting. He's only 13 years old. This is a fun matchup of young athletes that are also good gamers, too.
Absolutely. Love the PA Maryland matchup here. You know, classic East Coast little battle. And, yeah, 15 versus 13. We got the O's fan versus a Phillies fan. Love that the O's fan loves Adam Jones. He's playing overseas. Is he in Korea or Japan? Where's he playing this year, Adam Jones?
Here on the show.
I believe he's playing overseas in Korea, Adam Jones.
Oh, my gosh. So he's, like, playing right now.
He's playing right now.
Yeah,
That's incredible.
Absolutely.
Love
Absolutely.
that. His inspiration, though, his favorite player is Adam Jones, but his inspiration is Trout, which is pretty phenomenal. Would love to hear the story on that. And our man Kyle, who has a lot of fans in the chat, not to be confused with your friend Kyle, even though he might be your friend. Kyle has a lot of love in the chat. Phillies is his favorite team, like you said. JT Real Muto, love that that's his favorite player. I was told by my hitting coach, Donnie Ecker, who I asked him who was the best athlete he's ever coached was, and he didn't have an answer right away. And about 2 innings later in a game in spring training, he comes back and he says JT Real Muto was the best athlete he ever coached.
Line drive to left.
And I was like, what? So apparently JT Real Muto was going to be a quarterback. All right, we got one out here. So
yeah. Real Muto, Hunter, it's exactly right. Your inside story backs up all the scouting reports we've ever heard. This is a phenomenal athlete, Hunter.
Catcher, athlete, like, you know, it's just the catcher is the quarterback of the team in a sense, having to call all the pitches, know the whole pitcher side of things and the offensive side of things. A lot on the back of the catcher, and to be an incredible athlete on top of all the damage that they take from foul balls and foul tips and still hit 300. JT Real Muto, love that as a favorite player. And his inspiration is his family.
Chisholm, Diamondbacks prospect, bats next from the Bahamas, a left-handed talented middle infielder as he takes just over the outside corner. By the way, Greg Maddux on the mound, fun to watch him work, whether in real life or in gaming form.
Yes, it is. A lot of movement, a lot of location. I got a question. Jazz Chisholm, what an awesome name. I don't think I've ever known anyone named Jazz. I guess, like maybe Jazzy J from like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Have you seen this kid play?
Arizona Fall League. I believe I saw him play Hunter Pence. They had some talented players. Yeah, the Diamondbacks did. So Chisholm, as we talked about, he's only 22, and yeah, he's got a really bright future ahead of him. A couple of years ago, he played in the Fall League.
All right.
He only hit 442 in the AFL, though. He only hit 442, Pence. Only 442 in the Fall League.
I would say that's good, but Mike Trout looked like he just hit this one 442.
Oh, that one.
Center. 442 to dead center.
He did it off the batter's eye.
Way back. And we're back at the Ship, which is what I would say is MLB The Show's home stadium right here. Mike Trout with another homer. It's fun to watch games here because there's a lot more scoring.
What's another hotspot stadium around MLB? Actual MLB stadium.
Actual MLB? I mean, all of them are hot spots. Every big league stadium is a hot spot. But in the game, I feel
in the game, yeah.
In game, this is the stadium that you play at most. It's I don't know why or how. I've just noticed. Nolan Jones
did it. Yeah, one of the top prospects in the Indians organization. A 6'4" third baseman. A really talented kid.
So let me ask this, Darren and Gus. Which team is who? Which one's Evan and which one's Kyle? I should know this. Evan's got to be
right now.
Up to bat right now is Evan.
Yeah, okay, the Maryland team.
Evan is up to bat. Yep, Evan is up to bat. So he's the visiting team. Evan is the visiting team in red, and KyleMckernan is the greenish turquoise team, and he's the home team.
Love the colorways of some of these players thus far. I mean, just
the uniform swag it's a big part of the fun of this whole game. So we got the third out right there. Maddox got through it, just giving up one. Mike Trout, the best card in the game. I don't care what the stats say.
Oh my.
And, yeah. So now Kyle is up to bat with those. What do you got? What would you call this color of Kyle's uniforms?
Teal, like a turquoisey kind of a teal thing going on there, man.
I got ocean, like, I don't know, man. It's such a like beach vibe to me right here.
I was about to say it's a good spot though. We are at the Ship.
I want to go surfing as I look at these uniforms.
Look at the cut right under the hands. Outstanding pitch there from Gratterall. Right back in there. He lives in there, right up under the hands of the lefty. That's Ketel Marte, Diamondback star.
Man, I love watching Ketel Marte hit in real life.
Why is that, Hunter?
I just think he's such a small guy, and he leverages his body and has such a technically sound switch hitter. He had one of the I think they just showed the 4 balls hit over 470 last year, and he hit one of them. And if you look at him, it looks like he's like $160, and he just hits absolute tanks, and it's all because his form is so beautiful. And there's a homer right there.
Gary Sanchez.
He's got the pop.
And this is
what you like to see. First inning homers from both sides. Big Stanton in the box right now. This is an MLB The Show. This is a matchup right here.
I was about to say he has a deep lineup. I mean, at the moment he's throwing out Stanton, and just a couple of batters later, eventually when we get to it in the second inning, he's got David Ortiz and Chipper Jones right next to each other, ready and raring to go. So I mean, we're looking at a couple of powerhouses.
Yeah, Kyle likes to switch hitters. I gotta take a peek at what the chat's saying right now.
Marte has it, and it's a quick out number 1.
But already moving on.
Cool, by the way, is from Mount St. Joseph High School in Maryland. Cool, the man who's hitting right now. 3.8 in the classroom. Really good student.
One out, nobody on.
Can't say that. I mean, it's tough to beat. If you're doing good in class, I mean, it's the right way to be. You got to love those kids that do good in class, baseball players. Perfect liner. And that's Evan Cool, who's got the 3.8 in school?
That's who it is. That's Big E Cool 32.
Tell me a little bit more about this high school. Why is it the most famous high school in one of the most famous high schools in the country? Is it for sports, academics?
Everything, and that's Kyle's school. Kyle, who's out there working in the blue, your ocean blue defensively in Plymouth Meeting, Pennsylvania. William Penn Charter has produced Mike Ciani and Sammy Ciani. The last couple of years, these are high draft picks on their way to the major leagues. They're brothers. But if you've ever watched the ABC show The Goldberg, it takes place at William Penn Charter based on a true story. So, and it's one of the oldest schools in the United States.
All right. It's one of those things I gotta check out. This Esteban Florio card I played with in Battle Royale, and I love it. Have you seen him play? He's fast as lightning. Oh.
What do you got, Gus? You've seen him play, Gus?
No, sir. I mean, what we're looking at right now is, or at least this broadcast alone, it's one of my first experiences in trying to get, you know, accustomed to a lot of the wider meta in terms of MLB The Show, because I mean, again, like I said before, my experience with the show is pretty limited, other than of course back MLB The Show 14, 15, 16, around that line. But oh my God, yeah, heads up, ducking under, and he actually steps in with Xavier Edwards, but he's gonna be the third out. Had an opportunity there, man on third, but we're gonna go down to the bottom of the third, or I'm sorry, bottom of the second.
And Darren, you haven't seen Esteban?
No, I haven't. I have not seen. I've seen Xavier Edwards play a lot in person. He's one of the top minor league shortstops in the Pods organization. Perfect game All-American. I know you love when I say that, Hunter. But I have not seen Esteban. Seen Xavier Edwards a lot, but not Esteban.
All right, here's our famous classic left-handed knuckleballer.
Hey, that was a pretty
Ryan Fearbrand.
He's throwing a knuckleball. Ultimate rule of thumb: if it's high, let it
that's just not even right.
It's gross. I mean, Ryan Fearbrand.
Yeah, it's not a real person.
It's because you've got the Portuguese Brazilian mix of Ferreira, but you take away the R in the middle and then you just add Bend at the end. It's a tough name.
I don't think it's a real person. I'm not sure. Is this a real baseball player, Ryan Fearbrand?
Pence, I'm on it.
He's on it.
I'm glad we have the research department.
The encyclopedia, at least,
just giving
in the broadcast booth.
Giving Kyle fits right now with 2 down. David Ortiz, this guy is one of the most clutch players ever to play the game, and the card is incredible in MLB The Show. That's for sure. Come on, Kyle. Don't let the
knuckleballer. Oh, no!
The knuckleballer takes it home.
That's a real guy, boys. This is a real guy. He's not fictional. We got to love on him. This is a real human being that has been all over the place and spent a decade almost in the minor leagues, Seattle, Texas, and Toronto for just a tiny sip of coffee. But this is a real man out of Cleveland, Ohio.
Ryan Fearbrand, I would love to talk to this guy. Is he a left-handed knuckleballer?
He's a left-handed knuckleballer. He wasn't a knuckleballer, became a knuckleballer after spending a million years in Korea and in the independent leagues and everywhere. And by the way, we've just got a big fly. I mean a big fly to make it 2-1.
Yes, we do. Evan Cole from Maryland dropping a homer. Who was it that just hit that homer? I was too busy getting excited about Fearbrand.
It was Evan.
I wonder if I faced him. If he's had 10 years in the minors?
I mean, he's been everywhere, Pence. He's been to Frisco and Round Rock and Buffalo and New Hampshire and Tacoma and Lehigh Valley and Inland Empire. Oh. He started out in the minors in 03 and then went back to the minors from 10 to 19.
Oh.
So wait, I was in the minors in 04. Was he anywhere from 04 to 07 in the minors?
He was in Wisconsin in the Midwest League. He was in Inland Empire in the Cal League in 05.
I missed him. I missed him.
I think he was just a regular. I think he was a regular old left-handed pitcher at that point. No knuckleball.
I know, but it still would have been cool to have faced him because he's legendary in MLB The Show 20. He's a legend.
We're going through. That was Mickey Mantle earlier with a home run.
Thank you. We appreciate that, Gus. Cleaning up our mess. Like, we're all over the map. We're on the internet looking up. We're going down rabbit holes about players. It's all my fault. And Gus, thank you.
Gotta be looking at the game. I mean, this is video games at its finest. Esports, double play already.
Esports broadcasting.
So much to look at.
Let's see if Kyle gets a chance to not face the knuckleballer. Oh wait, we still got Evan still up.
Evan is still up.
Yeah, Evan still up. He had nobody out.
Yep.
Trout with the double play ball. Okay. Back to the game.
Guilty of that many times, Hunter Pence, during broadcast, drifting away.
It's just a good story. It's just a good story.
We'll get more of the story. We'll dig in more. Week to week, we'll find out more. And then we're going to have him on. That's just all there is to it.
Yeah, we have to have him on. How do you feel about being the best pitcher? I wonder if he knows he's the best pitcher in MLB The Show. He deserves it.
He probably. I mean, if he has a Twitter, if he has social media, it's probably what he's known for. At least people probably DM him just like, hey, probably gets DM'd like, hey, thank you for the free dubs. So we already get a hit off of that, and up next, Ryan Sandberg stepping up.
Now to the plate, Ryan Sandberg, as he'll look at a fastball too high for ball one.
Movement in the bullpen. Are we already going to see a little bit of a change? 2 outs into the 3rd inning. Potentially not. All right, so he's going to stay clean here.
He's sticking with Will Smith, my old teammate, now with the Braves, the Bravos.
A little bit of a bobble from the catcher, letting it go past him, and that's going to allow runner to second. He's going to switch it out with Edwin Diaz.
He's got to stop it right now. It's one thing to dig out from one run, but he's got to stop the fire right now, put it out.
Edwin Diaz throws fuego, as you can see, and he's just not biting at the high fastball. Evan is very disciplined. This is good play right here.
Very good play, and Evan disciplined, waiting for the perfect opportunity, but sends it straight to the first baseman.
That's what you want to do in baseball, though, is get your fastball down the middle and take a good swing. You lined out, but that's all you can do. Get a good pitch to hit and take a good swing.
And not just any first baseman. That was David Ortiz with the acrobatics.
David Ortiz. Oh, can Kyle figure out the knuckleball? They're just abusing the breeze.
Trying to lock it down, man.
There's a good take. He's on him. He's on him. Every now and then he gives up a homer.
Hehe's figuring it out.
He's on it. It looks like he's on it.
And Chipper Jones, lots of contact on this card, and ooh,
no!
He's gonna get some wood on it, but it's weak. Goes over to short, and
the firebrand shutting him down for 2 innings.
Slides at first, too.
Last year, he became the first left-handed knuckleballer to pitch in the big leagues ever after sitting in the minors and playing in the KBO forever.
So he played in the big leagues this year.
He played in Korea.
Yep, just a little bit. Just a little bit. He was in Korea prior to that. He was in the big leagues with Toronto. He threw a knuckleball since 13, but didn't put it in his repertoire until he spent forever in the minors and brought it back in 2017.
And so in 2019, did he pitch in the big leagues?
Just a tiny bit, Hunter Pence. Just a tiny bit.
So 2019 with the Blue Jays.
He was, yep, with the Blue Jays.
He's gonna do have more movement though.
All right, he's gonna get to face an actual
pitcher.
No, Fearbrand is an actual pitcher. He pitched
right.
last year. I can't say he's not.
Unreal. So at least we have that little bit of background, but it's.
I want to see a left-handed knuckleballer, man. I faced R.A. Dickey a lot, and it can mess you up. You can be really hot and then just really get messed up.
So we got Charlie Blackmon.
Yeah, they went to Raleigh Fingers. Yeah, Raleigh Fingers out of the pen. Different look with that fork ball against Charlie Blackmon, the bearded one.
Oh, that one was his. He was lining up for it.
2 outs, 2 strikes.
Oh, the bobble.
He bounces it off the fork ball. Charlie Blackmon with the show glasses in the day game.
That's it!
And that'll do it.
Oh, wow.
Under the hands. Evan Cool gets it done. A 2-1 huge win.
Yeah, beautiful clutch performance down in the 3rd inning. And I mean, you gotta give it up to the left-handed knuckleballer at the end, clutching him out of that hole.
Mickey Mantle 1 for 2 with a homer and a ribby. Sneaky good player.
Oh my goodness, Mantle was great. That was fun. What a fun game. And Pence, you took me down a rabbit hole. This is your final broadcast game of this series. We'll have you back next week. But you managed to take us down a research rabbit hole, which made it really fun.
Hey, he's a legend in MLB The Show 20. It's a rabbit hole we all like to find out about. So thank you for the information and the details behind the superb left-handed knuckleballer.
You have no idea how much information I'm going to share with you. I'm about to fill your inbox because I found it, my friend. We are ready.
I mean,
I want to know more about hidden legends in the game, though, because I mean, it's myself. I not only come from at least old MLB The Show, but I used to play FIFA a lot of FIFA Ultimate Teams, and you would have these 70 rated, 60 rated players that they just have extremely top heavy, stats out of nowhere. They're incredible in game, but on the field they're lesser known. I want to know more.
Yeah, that's exactly what the Fear brand card is. We've seen them in 2 games. Nobody's touched them, and that's pretty much all she wrote. That's the story. Fear brand's just nasty. I
even have an official pronunciation, guys.
Oh, let's hear it.
And you're right there. You're right on it. You're right on it, Hunter. You're almost exactly right there. It's Fearabend, which you've been saying right on there. So it's Fearabend. Fear-AH-Bend, like Bend, Oregon. Fearabend.
Love it. We're going to have to get used to saying that name because I have a feeling a lot of people are using Fearabend.
Oh, Hunter Pence, you're too much fun. Too much fun, man.
Let's have a little more fun because, I mean, the winner of that last one, Evan, he's ready for an interview. Let's get him in here. Evan, welcome. You're live, my friend. What's up? What's up?
What's up?
All right, let's go around the table, asking some questions.
Man. Yeah, we really appreciate you taking a little time. Thanks for being a part of this event. So, Maryland guy, you're 15, you play. I mean, you play quite a bit. You play for Dennis Ahern. He's one of your coaches on the dig-in team. We've seen you play pretty well at a bunch of different 14U events, a Super 25 a couple of years ago. So, for a guy who pitches and then plays in the outfield, tell us a little bit about who you are as a human baseball player. Then we'll get into the gaming. Introduce yourself, Evan, as a baseball player.
Evan, you there, buddy? You all good? Oh, no, he had to join back. Evan, it's all good.
Hello?
It's all good. So, Darren, if you want to restate your question a little bit.
I'll go briefly.
Sorry about that.
I'll go briefly. That's all right. Everyone heard me describe all your accolades. Who are you as a baseball player? The human baseball player, not the gamer. You pitch, you play in the outfield. Tell us a little bit about, brag on your scouting report, please.
Definitely a contact hitter. Same for pitching. I pitched to contact. I'm not much of a velocity guy. I'm definitely working on it, hitting the weight room and stuff, but not there yet. So I'm just a contact hitter and a pitch to contact kind of pitcher.
Tremendous. Evan, you're an O's fan. Adam Jones is your favorite player. Expand on how Adam Jones, I mean, obviously he's like Mr. Oriole, tremendous career with the Orioles. I love watching him. He's fun. He's funny. Tell us a little bit about why he's your favorite player.
Yeah, growing up, like being an Orioles fan, him and Manny in like their primes, like the 2 big guys. So, and I played center field, so I just took number 10 as soon as I could see it. He's just one of my like favorite players. I love the way he plays. I kind of play the same way as him, fielding kind of guy. Not really the hitting kind of guy, but I'm a really good fielder as well. So,
love that.
We kind of have like that same trait.
Speed is one of my favorite tools in all of baseball, and it says here, I think you mentioned Trout. Is Trout your inspiration? Is that correct?
Yeah, he is.
Tell us a little bit about how Trout inspires you.
I just love his like work ethic and how he's always like involved in the community. He always does like a ton of community work with like the people around him, and he's just a great baseball player in general. He's probably one of the best to ever do it. In my opinion, he's the greatest of all time.
All right. I like that Trout is an amazing human. He's a great representation. He does everything the right way. Let me ask you a little bit about during the self-quarantine. What have you been doing to stay ready for baseball, and how have you been passing the time?
Definitely been getting a lot stronger, working out every day, lifting weights. I've been running on the treadmill a lot just to like stay in physical shape. Hitting off the tee since all like the batting cages and parks are closed down. So all like I'm working on a lot of my fundamentals.
Definitely can relate. Gus, what do you got?
Well, I mean, I've been asking around all the players thus far, but of course you're in the gym every day, so that's good. And also, you seem pretty good at MLB The Show, to say the very least. But any other games that you've been playing? How have you been staying active in the gaming world? Not only just at least nowadays, but also in the past. What's your history with gaming?
I started off in Madden. Madden used to be one of my favorite games. Still is one of my favorites. Recently, I've been playing a lot of Fortnite too. Like whenever I get off of MLB, I usually play Fortnite with my friends. Just kind of like rotate around.
Nice. And I mean, in terms of MLB The Show, I mean, especially nowadays that we do have a little bit more time at home, you've been working at the show a little more. I mean, first of all, run us through the lineup in terms of your players. Any any highlights for you? Any highlight cards that you've worked at getting?
Well, a card I like the most is definitely Ryan Fierabend. His knuckleball is ridiculous.
That's a tough card to get. That's a tough.
Almost unhittable.
We love him. We love him. He's our favorite.
We did so much research on Fierabend. I already can't say it again. Fierabend?
Fierabend.
Fierabend. You're nailing it. You're right there.
Fierabend. That's a great favorite card for sure.
Yeah, he just lights out for me. He doesn't give up any runs.
Evan, you made the broadcast by mentioning that. You have no idea. There was a time when we should have been talking about you more, Evan, and we should have been spending more time on you. But we went on this vacation with Ryan Fierabend, and we just returned in time to see you win.
Yeah, that's
hey,
okay.
tell me about
He's
Dennis Ahern.
I love him.
He is awesome. Tell me about Dennis Ahern and the Dig In travel program. Tell me a little bit about the impact that program's had on you.
Yeah, I don't play for them anymore, but I played with a lot of those kids for about like 9 years, and I love playing for them. They're such a good group of kids, and they have a lot of talent. I'd watch out for them in the upcoming years. They're really good.
Good stuff. Good stuff. And the one thing we learned about you was in the classroom, you're good, man. I mean, you may be a good gamer, you may be a good baseball player, but you're a 3.8 plus in the classroom. Talk to me about your academics and where that comes from.
I always just study and making sure I'm on top of it. It's a lot easier with this it's a lot harder with the online school stuff, not being able to like interact like physically with my teachers and like get like see them like in person, but just working through it and just trying to make the best of it, you know.
Wow, Evan, I gotta say, quite the inspiration. Hitting the weight room, hitting the gaming, and hitting the books. Perfect balance, my man. And I gotta say, your hitting was incredible. Amazing home run by Mickey Mantle. I think you went about 420 to center with Trout. Is that correct? Were those your two homers? Yeah. And so, of your hitters, Mickey Mantle or Mike Trout?
Oh, that's tough. I gotta go Trout, man. I just love his swing.
Yep, you said it. He's your inspiration, and in your opinion, the best player to ever play the game.
Yeah, I'd put Jazz Chisholm up there too. He's great as well.
Okay.
All right, so you know what? Thanks so much for the interview, Evan. Evan, we'll probably see you in the next couple of weeks, man. You got a bright future here in the show, especially with that stacked of a lineup that you got.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see you.
Congratulations on the win, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gents, we're going to be moving on real quick with our broadcast, but not before we have to say goodbye to our good old friend Hunter. Hunter, yeah, you do have to leave us for our last game, but yeah, you even see it up on the screen. Fierabend, yes.
Fierabend.
That's the legend for the broadcast, has to be.
Classic answer and best way to end. So what's your favorite card? Fierabend. He doesn't give up any runs. Guys, thanks so much. I will see you next week, Wednesday, and enjoy the last game.